Hi, I'm Bill Woodard, and this is the April 2021 edition of the Chamber Corner. Hi, well, we are here at the TIMBERLOFT, and we are so happy to have a guest with us, Miss Mary Wakefield. Mary, introduce yourself, tell them who you're with.
Okay, my name is Mary Leslie Wakefield, and I'm with the Smith County Drug Prevention Coalition.
All right, and Mary had some things she wanted to come by and talk to us about today, and I'll just kind of turn it over to you. I think one of them was Drug Take Back, is that right?
Yes, that is one of our events. We have this twice a year. So the next event is April 17th. That's a Saturday, and it's going to be from 1 to 4 at our Carthage Walmart. And at that event, we set up a booth, but we have this great big tub, well, maybe not so much a tub, but a big bucket, I guess you could say, that you can get rid of your medicines. So if you have any medications that are in your home and you're no longer using them, you don't need them, time to get rid of them because they're just not safe in people's homes anymore. The number one place that kids get drugs is from their parents or their grandparents' medicine cabinets. So we tell people, clean out your medicine cabinets. You don't even have to get out of your car. You can just drive right up to our booth, drop them in our big can that we have provided, and they pick up those cans and take them and have them incinerated. So nobody will see your prescriptions, nobody will see your name. If you want to remove their prescriptions, you can, but you don't have to because they'll all be incinerated. So if you can't make it to the event on the 17th, we do have drop boxes that you can use there pretty much 24/7 all year round, and that's at Carthage City Hall and the Sheriff Department. It looks like what you would mail an envelope in. You just walk in, open the door, and throw them in there, and they'll take care of them.
Okay, well now, on the drug take back, a lot of people don't realize that a blood pressure pill, it might not affect them other than just regulate their blood pressure, but if a child, especially a small child, gets it, it could literally put them into a life and death situation. Is that not correct? That
is absolutely true, and a lot of times pets will get medicines and chew on them. Of course, they have no idea what they are, and they can become very sick and even die. So another thing that a coalition does is we have lock boxes. We give them away free. We'll be giving them away at our event, but you can also stop at our office. We tell people the medicines that you have to take, you do need to keep them locked up. It's just not safe to keep them out anymore. I was a home health nurse for 20-something years, and I would go in people's homes, and nearly everybody had their medicines either out on the kitchen table, on that shelf by their sink, or in their bedroom in the drawer. I could almost go into every home and find medicines, but it's just not safe to keep them there anymore. You need to get a medicine lockbox and keep them locked up, so not only people coming into your home, but children and pets not being able to get to them.
Well, and a lot of people have the idea, well, I'll just throw it in the garbage or I'll flush it down the waste system, and that's not a good idea because those chemicals get into our drinking water.
Yes,
and
yes.
if you send them to the landfill, they still have a chance, not as much of a chance, but they could get into the environment that way.
Right, and you don't know who's going to go through your trash. You know, kids will do anything, and they could get in there and think they're candy or something. So.
Well, I know we've got a little 3-year-old that runs around our home, and it amazes me sometimes. I'll look down and there he is standing handing me something, and I'll go, where in the world did you find that? Because they are amazing little I guess you'd call it finders.
Yes, they notice every little detail, where we notice the big picture.
Yeah, so we got to be real careful and protect them.
Yes.
Anything else going on at the Drug Coalition?
Well, this year, of course, of COVID, we've not been able to get in schools like we like to, but just to remind parents that prom and graduation's coming up. So this will be a great time just to take a few minutes and talk to your kids, your expectations about alcohol. I think prom's going to be at Smith County High School this coming weekend, and we want everybody to have a prom to remember, not a prom of regret. And really what our research shows us is the number one reason that kids don't drink is from their parental influence. So having that talk, even if they roll their eyes and you don't think they're listening, they do listen. So that talk is really important. That way, at least they will understand how your stand on alcohol. And of course, to me, the number one reason kids shouldn't drink, it's not legal. You have to be 21 or older. Of course, there's a whole bunch of other reasons too, because if you drink while your brain's still developing, it really changes.
I have read several articles, and it says really until you're 25 years old, alcohol can affect
yes.
Your mental capacity.
Yes, they say the brain does not fully develop in females till about 22 or 23, and for guys it can be up to 25 years old before their brain fully develops. So if you're introducing substances, it doesn't matter, tobacco, alcohol, whatever it is, to that developing brain, you're actually changing the pathways of the way that brain develops, and it can lead to them having a substance use disorder, and then that leads to all kind of adult problems, anxiety, depression. So really, there's not one good thing you can say about alcohol. So parents, just talk to your kids. It's really worth it.
Yeah, and I remember now that I look back, some of the best advice that I ever got was from my parents, and some of the worst advice I ever got was from my friends.
Yes.
So,
but you probably listened to your friends.
Yeah, I did. I listened to them, unfortunately, and
yes.
I have paid the price over the years for those decisions.
Well, we all have bills.
Yeah,
so.
and unfortunately, probably not too many teenagers watching this show, but if we can get the message out to them and help them,
yes.
I think that's what counts. Your offices are down on the Water Street?
Yes, we're 115 Water Street. If you want to stop by and get a lockbox, so we have all kind of literature, resources for parents. We'll just be glad to talk to you. If you want to be a part of the coalition, we would love to have you. Our meetings are the third Thursday, 12 noon at the chamber. We always try to do some kind of educational piece, and we would love you to be a part of the solution and make Smith County a healthier place to be.
And if you can't attend in person, you can Zoom into those meetings.
You actually can Zoom.
All you got to do is just call the chamber or Drug Prevention Coalition, and we can give you the Zoom ID, and you can get right in on those meetings and not have to even leave your home.
That's right. And actually, the one our meeting in April, we are having a sergeant from the police station, I should say, in Cookeville to come down. He does a DUI presentation. So that's what our meeting's going to be on that day.
Okay, well, looking forward to that. We'll give them the number before we leave.
Our phone number,
yeah.
615-588-1982.
Okay, and so if you need anything or you think of something, a question you want to ask, please give them a call. Mary,
right.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we have a new chamber member here with us, and JANAE, if you would, introduce yourself and tell them your project, your company.
Okay, my name is JANAE Lawrence, and I'm with the Riverview Cabin. It's a nice cabin that's listed on VRBO in Gordonsville. And we wanted to join the chamber to get the word out about this wonderful place to come relax.
Okay, and of course, someone might say, well, we're all local. Why do we need to know about this cabin? But my thought is they've got friends. They've got people that may need a place to stay and they don't want to stay in a hotel, or they've got family that's coming in and everybody can't get into their house. That's the perfect place for them to come to, right, this cabin?
That's true, yes.
Now, how many rooms do you have in the cabin?
It's 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. It sleeps 8 people.
Okay, and the location, is it, I honestly don't know what the address is or where it's at.
It's actually at the end of Hogan Road. So if you are in Gordonsville, you'll turn on Hogan Road across from the teacher parking lot, I guess, at the school. Yes, and then you'll just follow it all the way till it dead ends, and it's just very secluded and nice and peaceful. We just love it.
Oh, absolutely. That back there is beautiful. And the Caney Fork River is just right there, meandering behind.
Yes,
if I remember correctly.
Our cabin is built on a slight bluff, I guess you would call it, just above the river. But we've built a really nice walking ramp or river access ramp down to the river, so any of our guests now can walk down there to go fish. If you bring your own boats, you can kayak down there and come back and unload them at the ramp. It's a wonderful location.
Okay, well, if someone wanted to kayak to the cabin, where would they put in at Stonewall?
They could. I think we're about 2 miles from the Stonewall access ramp, and 4 miles from South Carthage at the park.
Okay.
At the soccer park.
Well, now, of course, South Carthage would be upstream, right? Or is it still downstream?
South Carthage is downstream. The Gordonsville access ramp is upstream.
Okay.
You would float down to our cabin.
So yeah, you'd want to float. You'd want to do the one from Gordonsville down.
Absolutely.
Because that's a tough row going up the river.
Definitely.
I've done that once, and it takes some strength, to say the least. Okay, well, if you've got fishing and kayak access, it sounds like that's a pretty nice place to stay.
It is nice, and actually some of our guests haven't even come just to relax. They were working at the zinc mine, and the zinc mine is actually we call them our friendly neighbor. They're quiet, they're right next door. So for some people who might not see it or know that they're there, they might be a little taken back at first, but they're quiet. They don't cause any problems. We love having them there. And in fact, my father-in-law worked at the zinc mine for 29 years, and it's just kind of a special place in our heart for our family.
Well, and you've got those fields that they own and all the trees and stuff, and the mine there. A lot of people don't realize it, but all the mining goes on underground.
Yes.
And what's on the surface is their offices and things of that nature. And so there's not, like you said, a lot of noise or anything else going on there.
No.
But that is a beautiful area, and it's all farmland. All around you and even across the river.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You're right. You're close to all of the things that you need, like the stores, but yet you're out in the country.
Oh yeah, I think we're only 3 miles from I-40. So it's just, a short drive to the dollar store or even to Walmart in Carthage if you needed groceries, but it's a great location.
Okay, and if you want to see pictures or something like that, you can come to the Chamber website and look them up as a Chamber member. And I'm hoping we've got a link to your, do you have a website or a...
You would go to VRBO and type in Gordonsville, Tennessee, and we're the first one that pops up. We have a red roof, brown siding, and that's the best place to find us. We don't have a separate website from that.
Okay, and I am not, and I would rather you didn't say prices, because I know sometimes they're seasonal and sometimes things change, and so you need to call and VRBO and get the pricing on that, and length of stay is probably as long as they want to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. There might be a limit, maybe 2-week limit. I need to double check that, but the minimum is a 2-night stay, so you have to stay for 2 nights, but we have some families that have stayed for a week and a half, and it's a great location for that too.
Okay. All right. What is there a number, or would you rather everything go through VRBO?
Everything has to go through VRBO, so just go to that website, type in Gordonsville, and you can find us. You can see the pricing there based on the calendar, which dates you choose. It's pretty simple.
Okay, and if you've never done this before, VRBO is vacation rental by owner.
Yes.
And basically, that way you get the best opportunity, best price that you can get on something like this, because you're actually dealing directly with the people that own the property.
Yes.
Well, JANAE, thank you very much for coming. Is there anything we've missed?
Well, I don't believe so. We would just love for you guys to tell your friends and family. We have had several guests from Tennessee. We've had some recently from out of state as well, but it's surprising how many different people can benefit by knowing that this is here.
Okay, so. And another thing too, if you're visiting or if you're having family come in, there's a lot of things to do around here and you know, we'll go over some of those things. But there's a lot of things to do and see here in Smith County, and if you want to come by the chamber and get brochures, and we're going to give JANAE some brochures and things like that to put on tables, the Tennessee Vacation Guide, and things of that nature. And if folks come here, it's not just, you don't have to just stay there on the river. If that's what you want to do, that's great. But there's a lot of other things to see and do, antique shops, restaurants.
Yes.
In fact, this restaurant we're in now, the Timberloft,
That's right.
I don't believe you'll get a finer meal anywhere.
That's right. Well, we have several of those brochures down there, and I came up with some other eateries and outings that they could do, because several people want to know where to go to hike or where to go to shop. And so we have a list of several different things there at the cabin for people to use.
And if you hadn't picked up on this by now, JANAE's a nice person. She'll help you.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
Okay. JANAE, thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Okay, we're here at the TIMBERLOFT restaurant, and we have the honor of being with, well, now wait a minute. You said you weren't the executive chef. You said you were just a worker for Donna. Is that?
That's right. I'm just a worker for my wife. I know my place.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I'm going to take a little exception to that, because I know you're a great cook, and you do some of the finest brisket and barbecue in the country.
I've been blessed, yes.
Yeah, well, and you've been here at the TIMBERLOFT now several years.
Since 1996, we bought the place in December of 1996, and then we opened up January of 97. And so it's getting ready to be 25 years.
Yeah, well, I knew it had been a while, and there's been a lot of changes around. Now, some of the changes you did because you planned it, and some of them might have gotten thrust upon you. I think recently you had a flood, is that right?
Well, we had a flood last Labor Day.
Yeah.
We came in on Monday afternoon and found out that a half-inch water pipe had been leaking for around 18 hours. And it was under pressure. Over the years, we had tried to keep water from getting in the building, when every once in a while the
creek would rise. Yeah.
And we did such a good job of keeping the water out of the building, and also couldn't escape the building when the water pipe broke.
So you came into a disaster then. Well, now you've remodeled and everything, and now we're sitting in the outdoor pavilion right now. A very nice cover, you know, over the dining area, and of course we have this fireplace here.
Sure.
And if I misunderstood, you sometimes have people playing music and entertaining out here?
Usually on Saturday nights during the summer. During the summer, the spring, and late spring and early fall, we'll have people playing out here on Saturday nights.
Okay.
And it's a great venue, great place to come. We always usually have a fire going in the fireplace, so it's good. And we have heaters for underneath the pavilion for if it's a little bit chilly.
Yeah, I noticed that those are pretty substantial, so I'd say they keep the place warm.
Yeah, two 30-foot gas heaters that do a really good job.
Well, now you've got a full service menu here. You kind of you don't concentrate necessarily on it, but you have a lot of barbecue and brisket and items like that.
We have a lot of barbecue. We also have steaks, and we do have a little bit of seafood, and we also run specials every weekend. So yeah, we're doing quite a bit. We're just finally, we go to Texas every couple of years to see what the new trends are. We're getting ready, as a matter of fact, in a couple of weeks to go back to Austin. We've learned how to cook brisket with Aaron Franklin, who is a big-time national guy. We're basically going in the same direction that they do. We cook fresh every day. Everything comes off the smoker between 8 o'clock and noon. Ribs will come off a little bit later in the day, but everything is truly fresh. I mean, it's a lot of people say it, but we do it. We also use all prime meat. Even our hamburgers and our brisket are all prime.
Yeah.
So we don't skip on any of the the quality. That's for darn sure.
Right, and that makes a difference in the taste and what you get at the end.
Sure.
Well, now, when you did the remodel, because of the water pipe, you've installed a new fireplace in the front.
Yeah, we've got a new fireplace in the lobby.
And the moose.
Oh, the moose
has been redone.
The moose has been redone. Robert Spike Jr. had just got done remodeling the restaurant. Over the last 3 years, Robert did the pavilion out here. He did the bar. He did the one dining room. And we had just got done right before Labor Day doing the other dining room. We didn't even have the countertops in yet when we got the flood.
Oh, man.
And so Robert got to redo everything all over again.
Okay.
But it looks great.
Yeah, it does.
We're really excited about it.
It is a really good looking place. Now, this side of the restaurant, you have your bar here in the, if you're coming in, it's the left corner.
Yep.
Now, that's a full service bar.
Full service bar. We have everything. We have wine, we have liquors. We do a lot of cocktails that my daughter comes up with. She'll get recipes for. A lot of handcrafted cocktails. And we do a lot of beers from local breweries, too.
Oh, and I might mention TIMBERLOFT has been gracious enough. We have a monthly meet and greet with the Chamber of Commerce, and they've been gracious enough to host that and say they're going to continue to do that. We may move it around a little bit to give somebody else a chance, but our home base is going to be here at the TIMBERLOFT, and it's been a good turnout for those, and people have really bragged about the remodel and how the place looks.
It's a great way to connect. I think that the Chamber does an excellent job with that as far as being able to meet other people that are in other businesses. You can network with other people. You may need a financial advisor for some reason or another, or you may want to make sure you have a great insurance company like Powell & Meadows, and you're able to do more things local when you're able to meet the rest of the Chamber members and do things with them.
Right. It's a wonderful opportunity to find out somebody does something that you may not know about.
Yeah.
Well, now, the TIMBERLOFT, what are your hours?
Our hours right now, we run Wednesday and Thursday from 11 o'clock until 8 o'clock. What we're doing a little bit different now with the remodel is at lunch we will do counter service, where you go, you get a table, pick a table, figure out what you want, come up to the counter, order it, and we'll bring the food out to you. That really works out well. It cuts down on having to come in, have a server greet you. You're able to cut probably about 10-15 minutes off your lunchtime to be able to get in and out really quick so you can get back.
And that's important if you're on a set schedule.
Yeah, it is. It really is important. And then at 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock-ish, we switch over to full service. And that's on Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, we're open from 11 o'clock until 9 o'clock in the kitchen and 10 o'clock in the bar. And then Saturday, we are open from 1 o'clock until 9 o'clock in the kitchen and then 10 o'clock in the bar. Sundays, we're doing something a little bit different now. We are running just a brunch menu. We serve brunch from 11 till 3 on Sundays, but it's a really unique brunch menu that we've integrated some of the barbecue in with it. Mm-hmm. We have brisket on a biscuit and gravy, banana pudding French toast, brisket hash. So yeah, we've done a little bit something different there. It's unique.
Well, and it sounds wonderful. I'm definitely going to have to try the Sunday.
The Sunday brunch is really working out well.
Yeah, got to try that. Well, if somebody wanted to make a reservation, well, you don't really take reservations.
Don't do reservations, but we do call ahead seating within an hour of you wanting to come in.
Oh, okay.
So if on a Friday night you want to call up and say, hey, I have 6 people, we're going to be in within an hour. We can't guarantee that you're going to get a seat right away and that it'll be available for you, but you'll already be on the list and your wait won't be as long as those who just walk in.
Right. Okay. What's a phone number for contacting you guys?
The phone number is 615-683-5070.
Okay, and I'm sure you got a Facebook presence and
We're on Facebook. As a matter of fact, with TripAdvisor, we just got over 1,000 likes on TripAdvisor and 1,000 reviews. So that's a big thing in the TripAdvisor world. To
Yeah,
get
it
over
sure
1,000. And we just reached that plateau a couple weeks ago. As a matter of fact, we're taking all the staff out this Sunday afternoon to reward them for getting up there. So it's a nice thing to do.
Oh, it sure is,
So.
and that's an accolade to the restaurant. Well, I know you're known throughout the region as one of the better restaurants in the area.
We've been blessed. It really has worked out well for us. You know.
Okay, and we have spent this whole time, and we have not talked about Donna. And
how can we not talk about Donna?
And you folks,
and
if
Leah,
you
I mean,
and
my wife and my daughter.
this gentleman here has a beautiful, smart daughter and a beautiful, smart wife,
Yep.
and I have no clue how he landed that. But
No,
anyway,
me neither. But the thing is, this place would not be the TIMBERLOFT without them.
that's true.
Without Donna's presence out front, not just the way that she trains her staff and we train our servers, but also just her presence of being out front and talking to the guests. And Leah has brought us into the new, dimension of social media. My daughter has brought in not just her culinary skill from Le Cordon Bleu when she went to Le Cordon Bleu, but she is also just a genius when it comes to Facebook and social media, along with all the different Yelp and TripAdvisor and all the other areas that you can get into. She does our website, as a matter of fact, too,
Yeah.
which is timberloftrestaurant.com, that you can even order food from there, get food to go. The day and age of COVID, she had been on top of that and really has picked up our to-go sales. Right now, to-go sales are still just a big part of the business in this day and age, with everybody, not knowing what to do with COVID.
Right. We hope we're approaching an end to that,
Yeah.
but it has helped get some things in place that have really been helpful.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't agree more. Donna, she always makes me feel welcome here, and makes me feel like that this is a place I want to come back to. And Leah is the same way. And Leah is a pastry culinary
pastry chef, yeah.
Chef, and you. I know you self-deprecate, but you are a chef in your own right, and very good at it. And
I try to be humble about it.
Well-
I've just been, I've been given a talent that I use.
Well,
What can I say?
and I remember years ago, you haven't done one of these in a long time. We took a course here and actually learned to cook a little bit. You remember that? And that was a lot of fun.
That's another one of those things that we did a long time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that. Those were fun.
and I still remember making the empanadas.
Yeah, we brought people in and taught them how to cook, just to make different things.
Yeah.
I remember those classes. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a fun
something we
time.
did, yeah.
And that was you had, of course, had your chef's title for quite some time then, and that's been a while back. But anyway, Kevin, thank you for letting us come to
Thanks,
your
Bill.
restaurant.
Appreciate it.
And if you ever need us for anything, let us know. Folks, we're very proud to have TIMBERLOFT as a member of the Smith County Chamber of Commerce.
We're blessed to be here. Thanks.
Okay, we're here at the Walton Hotel, and it is a wonderful place for you if you want to come in and look around. And JC Kitchens has the restaurant in the back, and it's a really good place to come and visit when you're in Carthage. Well, I also have the honor of having the mayor as a guest here. And Mayor, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell them who you are. Obviously, they know you're the mayor, and then introduce your guest.
I'll be glad to. I'm Mayor Sarah Marie Smith from here in Carthage, and this is Buddy Ingram, who's going to speak a little bit about the musicians who are going to be at our Market Fest Day.
Okay, well now, and I have a brochure here. The mayor was gracious enough to bring Market Fest. Town of Carthage is going to present that on April the 24th. It's a Saturday, and it says live music with special guests. It's 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. with free parking, and it's at the Carthage City Walking Track, and it's 301 Industrial Drive. Now, if you don't know where that is, you just come into town, and you go all the way down the bypass, and if you want to turn left right before you get to Tractor Supply, or the Best Way. It's Industrial Drive, and you just go around there. And if you find the city swimming pool,
You're right. You've gone
you
too
have
far.
found Market Fest. So that's a good thing. Well, Mayor, tell us about your committee. You had a committee put together to do
We have some wonderful
this.
people. I'm going to cheat just a little bit, but on our committee are Valerie Upchurch, Carrie Lucia, Melissa Gibbs, Fran Frank, Buddy Ingram, Sam Gray, John Leftwich, and Jason Kemp. And we really appreciate everything they've done to put this together. We do have some vendors who've already signed up, and more are signing up every day. We have Mason Jar Photography, Born to Sparkle Jewelry, baked goods in Avon. We've got Tupperware coming. We've got educational books and supplies, handicrafts, Mallory's Jewelry, and even JC Kitchen will probably have a food truck there. So we're really excited. Last go around in 2019, we had 22 vendors and 4 food trucks and music, and we're hoping this year we'll have even more.
And this is down at the park. I know many years ago, long before you were mayor, there was a trailer park down there, and we had that epic flood come, and they had to move all of them out, and it was never put back as a trailer park. So the city basically inherited that, and they've put a walking track in, and you're trying to develop that as a recreation area. Is that right?
Yes, the walking track is gravelled right now. We had a grant that very soon we're going to be asphalting the whole area, making it 10 feet wide. It will be handicap accessible. There will be an extra loop, in fact, for the handicap accessible. We are also in the process, the city, of redoing our whole city pool, putting new filters, lines, skimmers. It's going to be like a brand new pool. We had to do that it's been there about 40 years, so it was time to update it. And we're getting a new lighting system at the ballpark. Now I want Buddy to talk a little bit, if you will, about musicians.
Buddy, you're going to be doing music, obviously, and maybe you'll help us out with playing the tune or something.
We're going to have at Market Fest banjos, banjos, and banjos. And if that don't make you happy, nothing will. Happy music. Other music will be there. Be traditional blues player, West Haupt. He's finger picks rags and blues on the guitar. He, I think he's won several times first place at Uncle Dave. He's also a poet. He writes poems. Everybody needs to listen to some of his poems. Another band we'll have is the Glade City Rounders, Glade City Rounders, and they're going to be playing jug band music and string band music and fiddle music, and they will make you dance all over this place. Who else will be there? Let me see. I'll have some friends there. Here you go.
There you go.
I'll have some friends there. Tater Carruthers is supposed to come and plays the fiddle. He's a young fella, 18 years old, and can really eat a fiddle up. And amazing fiddler. So everybody needs to come, and if they don't buy something, they get to hear free music. You can't beat that.
Yeah, that's the truth. Well, now, are you going to play some for us before
Let
we...
me inject one more
All
thing.
right, go ahead.
When you come to hear their music, be sure to bring your own chair. We will have to have your own lawn chairs.
Right.
And to be a vendor for this event, you'll need your own booth. If you need a generator, you'll have to have that too. There is a $20 booth fee and then a one-time $20, what they call peddler's license. That's a state mandated. That's all. It's good for a year, so it's only $40 to get in, and it's free to everybody the whole day. Just come out, and the music will be all day. It's going to go from 9 to 3, like you said, and the vendors will set up at 7.
Okay, what's a phone number if they have questions or they want to go ahead and get signed up?
Right. You call City Hall at 615-735-1881, extension 202.
Okay.
And Cindy will take, you can do this by Master Charge or Visa or whatever you want if you just want to sign up over the phone.
Okay.
And then you come out that day, we'll have the booths lined out, and you just set up and sell all you want out there. It'd be
All
great.
right. Well, we're looking forward to it. I'm sure it'll be a great day. Now, if you don't mind being a microphone stand, we'll let Buddy here play and give us, and you just kind of take us out with a song, and I'm going to step out of the scene. Whoops.
I think this is a little Bill, Mississippi Sawyer.
Oh, is that all? much, folks. Come to Market Fest.
That's right.
Hey you guys, Chris Hicks and Katie Martin here with you from the UT Extension office. We want to talk about a few things coming up in the Extension office, and I want to highlight some things that we've been getting questions about. You know, Katie, in the spring, obviously grass is growing, but other things are growing too, and that is weeds are popping up, and we're getting a tremendous amount of weed questions. Right before we came over to this taping, had a gentleman in with weeds he wanted identified, and we're happy to do that at the UT Extension office. If you have weeds in your lawn, your garden, your field, pasture, whatever, bring those to us, send us a picture, and we'll try to get those identified and try to come up with a plan of how to control those. But I do want to mention about spraying, because we get a lot of questions about spraying and chemicals, and sometimes that's a good option. Other times maybe it's not, but if you do make that decision to spray, I want to emphasize reading that label, because a lot of the herbicides that we use are very specific on what crops they're labeled on. So just because something is labeled in a hayfield or a pasture doesn't mean that it's labeled to use in a residential setting like a lawn. And in some cases, some of the herbicides that we use in crops and livestock production can actually be harmful to garden plants and lawn plants and ornamental things like that. So you want to really read that label and understand it. And again, if you need help with that, we can help you with it at the UT Extension office. And we're happy to provide those services free of charge as far as herbicide recommendations, weed identification, and that sort of thing. The other thing I'll mention before I turn it over to Miss Katie is our next Lunch and Learn will be the first Wednesday in May. We're going to talk about pepper production. Dr. Natalie Bumgarner is coming from UT Extension. She's our Master Gardener Coordinator, and Natalie, her presentation is titled Sweet to Heat, Pepper for Every Garden. So she's going to talk about everything from bell peppers to banana peppers to sweet peppers, hot peppers, and everything in between, probably peppers I don't even know about. So Natalie brings a lot of energy, enthusiasm, and knowledge to the table, and she'll do a really good job. So if you're interested in coming and having lunch with us, we will be at the Chamber of Commerce on the first Wednesday of every month from 12 to 1 is when we meet, but we do ask that you RSVP by the Monday prior to our meeting. So just call the UT Extension office at 735-2900 to let us know you're coming. Lunch is only $5. Rachel in our office always makes dessert, and that alone is worth more than $5. So it's pretty good value. If you can't be with us live, we do have a Zoom option, so you can hop on Zoom from the comfort of your home or office, and you can call our office and get that link, and we'll provide that. So that's kind of what we've got going on right now in agriculture. We're doing a lot of farm visits and helping with fertilizer recommendations, weed control recommendations, and that sort of thing. Katie, I know it's also a really busy time of year for you and 4-H, so you want to tell us what's going on in that world?
Absolutely. And before I get into 4-H, we will just talk for just a second about FCS and make sure you guys know that Walk Across Tennessee signups are happening now. So get you a team together. If you have any questions on how to sign up or how to get started, just give Miss Mary Draper a call at our office at 615-735-2900. She would be more than happy to help you set that up, but I know she just got in some awesome prizes, so you're not going to want to miss Walk Across Tennessee this year. But as Chris said, spring is a busy time for 4-H. We are trying to wrap up the in-school clubs. We still have one more school club meeting where our 4th through 12th graders can participate in the photo contest. So there is one more in-school opportunity to compete with 4-H, but we are really kind of looking forward and turning our eyes to summer. So we've got a lot of exciting summer activities coming up that we are beginning to plan for and hopefully get some youth excited for as well. So as I've been telling some of our 4-Hers, unfortunately, we aren't going to be able to have our overnight 4-H camp this year, but we've gotten pretty good at making lemonade out of lemons. So we are replacing that with lots of different day camp options. I really think we're going to have a day camp that's going to interest almost everybody. So one of those is going to be our livestock clinic. This is going to be the first one. It's going to be Friday, June 11th, and it's going to be for anyone interested in learning how to be a better livestock exhibitor in cattle, sheep, or goats. You don't even have to own your own animal. You could come practice and participate, use it kind of like a test drive, see if showing sheep or cattle or goats is something you're really interested in, so you know if you want to make that time and money investment. But we're going to learn from some experts, so I think that'll be a really exciting one. We also are going to host a Maker for a Day camp. This is going to be our sewing and crafting camp. If you have a 4-H'er who likes DIY projects, they are not going to want to miss out on this one. We're going to have a chef for a day camp. So that's going to be cooking and baking, spending all day in the kitchen, and of course eating a lot of the delicious things we make. We're going to have an agriculture day camp called Farmer for a Day camp, where we are going to learn all things agriculture. We're going to have some stations set up. Our 4-H'ers will be able to explore different types of livestock, maybe start a little garden of their own to take home. So if they're interested in farming or agriculture, that's one to keep in mind. And finally, we're going to have our Junior 4-H Day camp. This is going to be like our 4-H camp that is regularly a week long, but we are packing all that fun into just one day. So we'll leave from Smith County, we'll bus everybody up to our 4-H center in Crossville, and we'll do all the normal 4-H activities like zip lining, arts and crafts, tie-dyeing, kayaking, archery, all the good stuff they would get at the week-long camp packed into between breakfast and dinner. So I think that one's going to be really fun as well. Information on how to sign up, cost of these events, and dates will be forthcoming. So just keep an eye out on our Facebook page, UT Extension-Smith County on Facebook. Keep an eye out on the newspaper, radio. We'll make sure to get that information out to our parents and our 4-H'ers, but we're really excited for the opportunities this summer. We hope those are exciting for you all as well, and we hope you'll take advantage of them. If you have any questions about those, we are happy to answer calls at the office, 615-735-2900, or you can always stop in and see us as well. We do have lots going on, so make sure to check in regularly with us so you don't miss anything. We appreciate it, and we are here to help. Thanks.
Okay, we're here at the Walton Hotel, and this is JC Concessions?
JC Kitchen.
JC Kitchen. Mm-hmm. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell them how, I like the phone number.
I'm Christy. Our number is 615-803-4115. My husband and I opened March 1st. We just were looking for something that we could sell some really good cakes and desserts and food. That we have a big family, and if I can cook for a big family, why can't I cook for a restaurant?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that's a good choice. Now, we have some wonderful looking cakes here on the table, and I'll just tell you what, I am going to do a taste test right now.
So I will tell you about them first.
Okay, while I'm eating,
Yeah,
you tell me about them. I'm going to try which one do you want me to try first?
This is your banana pudding cake.
Okay.
This is a classic banana cake filled with a banana pudding filling and your vanilla wafers, but it's more like if you like banana pudding and you like cake, it's all of it together.
Folks, I'm not pretending. This is truly, truly wonderful.
So, then you have to kind of savor this one because this is a strawberry cream cheese cake. It's similar to the taste of a soft cheesecake, but with homemade strawberry. It's homemade with strawberries inside it, and every bit of it is just.
Okay. That is very good. I'm going to tell you, folks, the cream cheese. We always like cream cheese because it's so sweet and it tastes so good. This cake doesn't need the cream cheese.
Yes.
It's that good.
So these two are typically always in the restaurant. I make them myself every single day, unless I get tired.
So this don't come off of a truck on the street. It comes out of your kitchen.
No, these start with sugar and flour. We also make a carrot cake, which is about 6 layers of carrot cake. We make a pineapple cherry upside down cake, a double dark chocolate cake, and then I also make a chocolate covered cherry cake and a key lime pudding and a key lime pie.
Okay, now will you sell whole cakes and whole pies as
I
well?
do. A whole cake is $40. A whole pie is $30. But you would have to call me in advance because I am a mom. We do actually have monkeys at home, and so I need at least a day's notice before I start baking. By the time I get out of here and go home and bake some more, I gotta have a day.
Well, I think people would be able, if they're having a party or something, they'd be able to give you a couple of days at least advance notice.
Absolutely.
And I'll just tell you, folks, you mentioned 4 other cakes, I think, there besides these 2, and if they're as good as these, you can't go wrong. And a carrot cake, I absolutely love that. Well, now, you're not only a confectioner baking pastries and cakes. You're a full-service meal.
We are a full-service restaurant as well as catering and private events. We also do bounce houses and inflatables. We're open 7 days a week with a full menu, but every day, 7 days a week, we have a special. So we're kind of a twist on your meat and 3. So today our special was chicken salad sandwiches. It is was a homemade chicken salad with cranberries, pecans, walnut, onion, and chicken salad. It goes inside a really deep hoagie bun filled with lettuce, tomato, and then your chicken salad, and it came with 2 sides. Or you could have, gotten a breaded chicken sandwich on a toasted bun with lettuce, tomato, and 2 sides for $10, including your drink. Tomorrow is our burger day. Tomorrow we're going to throw it up and we're going to open it up for spring and do any burger off the menu plus fries and a drink for $10.
Wow.
And our burgers, our hamburgers are gourmet burgers. They're a 12-ounce patty. They're cooked to order. They're never cooked before you ever get here. So when you walk in and you order a burger, you're getting about 7 to 10 a minute cook time. We cook it fresh right in house. It is, like I said, it's a 12-ounce patty. And then they're piled high with goodies. We have 2 favorites in store. The Jamie's Famous Burger, which is your bread, your patty, your bacon, your lettuce, tomato, grilled onions, and then pickles or cheese if you choose. And it's about a good size. And it does take about 7 to 10 minutes to cook up. And then we've had a lot of great success with the burger everyone told you about. Mm-hmm. It is another 12-ounce patty with a barbecue sauce and a cream cheese with grilled jalapenos and grilled onions on top. It is a spicy burger, but it is my favorite. Yeah,
well, and many people like the spice in the food. Well, okay, what are your hours here that you're open?
So starting this Saturday, we're changing our hours up a little bit. So we're trying to fill out what works for the town of Carthage. Mm-hmm. So right now we're looking at Saturday we'll be open 8 to 2. Sundays we're open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So when you get through with church, come by and have lunch. Monday and Tuesday we'll be open 8 to 4. Gives us a little time to go home and see the kids. I guess they miss us a little. Yeah. And then Wednesday through Friday we're open 8 to 8. Now Friday you don't want to miss us. We have all you can eat catfish Friday. Okay. Starting at 11 o'clock in the morning. You can come in, you can get all you can eat catfish for $12.99. It is a 7 to 14 ounce fillet. That fillet is the size of your plate. Wow. It's either battered in your choice of Cajun, lemon pepper, or traditional. It's an in-house batter. Like I said, everything here is made fresh. Nothing is bought off a truck or out of a market. And it's cooked to order. Those also take 7 minutes to drop. You can call ahead. If you're in a hurry and you want all you can eat catfish to go, I'll sell you 2 big 7 to 14 ounce fillets for the same price, $12.99 with 2 sides. We make a homemade hush puppy, coleslaw, green beans, turnip greens, put some hog jaw in them turnip greens. They are as country cooking gets. And I have been told it's the best catfish from here to Harper, Kentucky.
Well, that's saying something because Harper's is famous for their catfish. I actually made that drive a couple of times, and it's quite a reputation they have. Okay, you're open basically every day, 8 a.m. That means you can get breakfast here.
Absolutely. Let me tell you about our breakfast. So our breakfast, here's our breakfast menu. For breakfast, we have so many different opportunities and options, but don't think that breakfast is just at 8 a.m. Breakfast here is available all day long. You can get breakfast at 8 o'clock at night on Friday night if that's what you want.
Okay, well now you're what is the word I'm looking for? Your symbol is the monkey.
Our monkey.
Your branding. So you have some unique names here for these.
Yes.
But it looks like to me like you can get any kind of omelet, pancakes, waffles, French toast,
Yes.
Eggs any style.
Biscuits and gravy.
And biscuits and gravy. So you got a full-on breakfast here.
Yes.
You probably can't see the menu to read it with the camera, but this is a full-on breakfast here.
It is.
Now that's my favorite meal of the day.
Yes.
In fact, if I'm going to eat something, I like to eat breakfast, and I'm not as much on the evening meal because of that. So that's wonderful that you're here in town.
Let me tell you about the meals and then the names. The mandrill.
Okay, and I'm going to eat some more cake while you're doing
cake. So your mandrill is a very large primate. The males have a beautiful backside, like the rainbow color, and your macaques are a smaller like I have a bonnet macaque at home. It's a small.
So you literally have
I have 2 monkeys.
Oh, okay.
I have 2 monkeys. So the macaque, she is a water monkey. She loves her vegetables, or they love their vegetables and their eggs. So each one of your omelets on here is named after a primate and what they would typically eat. So when you're looking at these, an orangutan, I mean, it's meat and cheese, man.
Yeah.
So we just thought it would be something fun to educate people, just a little more on the primate species, just because they're close to my heart. So we have 2 at home, and we've had them since they were 3 days old. They drink from a bottle, sit in a high chair, and eat dinner with us. And
so they're almost like part of the family.
They are part of the family. They are. And we did the full adoption for them and got our licensing, and they were a lot of fun.
Right, because exotic animals, you do have to have the skills to take care of them.
Skills, yeah, a lot of training. You can't just jump in and grab an exotic animal and think you're going to be able to take care of it.
Yeah, that's true. You have to be qualified to do it. Well, now your setting here is the Walton Hotel, obviously, which is a historic building here in Carthage, and you're going to have people that are actually spending the night here, and of course, I'm sure you've worked out a situation where they can eat here as part of their stay.
Absolutely, come in and eat, and we give them a small discount for eating, staying here. But another thing we're also offering, and I wanted to share with you, is my husband and I have special children. This was the heart and soul of opening this restaurant, was our little boys and our little girl. We have 5 special needs kids at home. Jeremy, which is where you get the JCs. My husband's Jamie and I'm Christy, but then Jeremy Christian is our 10-year-old. He's autistic with a rare illness called EOE. His esophagus is closed up because of food. His body is completely allergic to food. He gets celiacs that cause inflammation into his esophagus when food touches it. And that then puts pressure onto his trach and his heart and his lungs. So this year, Jeremy had to go on a feeding tube. He wants to be the first WWE star that is autistic and special needs. But Jeremy kept saying, Mom, how are we going to do this? How are we going to get to WWE? When you're a mom and you have a child that has special needs, you do whatever it takes.
You try to figure it out, yeah.
So I told Jeremy, well, we're going to have to build something. And I said, what are we going to do, Jeremy, so that we can get you where you want to be? And he started out with hot chocolate. We started selling little hot chocolates and hot chocolate balls underneath the canopy at vendor events, similar to the one you're doing this April.
The Market Fest, yeah.
Yes. And we moved up from doing that to Jeremy started selling lemonade when it got warmer, to opening a small little bakery shop in Lebanon, to Jeremy saying, we got to do more, Mom. I want to see people happy. I want to see people happy.
That's wonderful.
And I asked Jeremy, what is it that would make you happy and allow you to get well and get healthy and do your feeds and do what you need to do? I want to see people happy. And we asked him together, Jeremy, what makes people happy? Well, Mom, food used to make me happy. And I said, yeah, food used to make everybody happy. Well, why don't you cook some of your food and open a restaurant? And so we opened JC's Kitchen. And this restaurant, it's calm, it's quiet, but it's a place that I want all special needs children and adults to be able to feel comfortable in. I want them to be able to come in here, and if your kids are rambunctious and wild, let them be. Be comfortable, sit down and have a meal, have a cup of coffee, and if your kids get a little wild, we'll help. So that parents can get that break, and so your kids can be comfortable and safe in a place where Jeremy wants you to be and enjoy your meal. So that's where the JC's Kitchen came from.
Well, that's a wonderful story, and I think it's great that you want people to feel comfortable and be able to come in and feel the family atmosphere.
Absolutely.
And I think that is great. And folks, if you haven't had a chance to come by here, the restaurant looks great. The hotel looks great. And if you've got somebody from out of town that's wanting to visit Carthage and come in, now we have a place that they can stay, a restaurant in the building. And I think that's something that a lot of people are looking for in their travels and when they're out visiting other places. And there's a lot of other things to do here in Smith County too, and we've mentioned that before. But Christy, thank you for letting us come by. And I can't brag enough on these 2 cakes here.
And you've only tried 2 of them.
It's hard to know which one I like the best because I love the strawberry, but I also love the banana. So the banana pudding cake is maybe got that one beat out, but I don't know by much. Well, folks, if you get a chance, give them the phone number one more time.
Yes, our phone number here is 615-803-4115. Starting this week, we offer delivery, to go, and catering too.
Okay, and do you have a delivery radius?
Just Carthage.
Carthage, in the city of Carthage. So, folks, if you want to come by and pick something up, you can. But if you live in Carthage, you can call that number, and they'll be happy to deliver for you.
Absolutely.
Christy, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Much luck. I don't know if you're going to need a lot of luck with food that tastes like this.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Okay, folks, we hope you enjoyed today's show. We had a wonderful time over at the TIMBERLOFT and talking to Kevin and JANAE Lawrence with Riverview Cabin. Mary Wakefield was over there and talked to us, and it was a great visit we had with them. Then we came here to the Walton Hotel, and we got to talk about Market Fest, which is happening April the 24th, and then about JC Kitchens, and then of course UT Extension was here, and they let you know about some of their programs that they're doing. I wanted to go over a few things that we have here. You know, we have a lot of chamber members that really help in the area, and this one is Peaceful Pastures. If you want all natural grass-fed meats, you can call 615-683-4291, and they can fix you up. And they sell a lot of this meat into the Davidson County and Franklin area, and so it's really good stuff. And they're over in Lancaster, so if you want some really good meat, you can call Peaceful Pastures and talk to them about that. Then we've got another group that I think is wonderful to have here. It is the Organic Vegetable and Grass-Fed Meat CSA, and what that basically is you buy a share, and they deliver that share to you, and you can go over to the farmers market and pick that up, and the phone number there is 615-212-5234. Then area attractions, Tuscany Inn, Tennessee. If you want a special night to take that special someone out and have them cook a meal for you, maybe you want to spend the night, Tuscany Inn is the place for you to go, 615-683-0577. If you're wanting to have a wedding or just go out in the country and stay at a bed and breakfast, then Butterfly Hollow Bed and Breakfast. It's a hidden retreat that is really wonderful, and you can call them at 615-784-8551. And then last but not least, here on Main Street in Carthage, We've got Teresa's Gift and Tanning Salon, and it's 615-588-1990, and Mr. John Lefwitz owns that. Now, if you're a chamber member and you want me to talk about your business, please call us and let's get you on the Chamber Corner. We've got a lot of wonderful places around here that people need to know about, and the way they're going to know is if we're able to tell them about what you do. So folks, we hope you enjoyed this show, and may God bless you. We'll see you in May.